Okay, your business had a couple of glitches, and because of the housing bubble, and you put it back together, and everything's looking good. But it's important that you remain on the schedule, correct?
Yeah.
And that one problematic client is not going to kill you. 2 is going to be hurt, and 3 in a row would. Your recovery would have difficulties, correct?
Yeah.
So you have lots of. So won't you tell me again what you just? Well, you spoke about. You sent a woman to look out some products that you're going to use in her home, and the person there warned you and said, "This is somebody that likes to stiff contractors," correct?
Yeah, she's worked with them several times in the past.
And you're heading towards an appointment with this person.
Yeah.
The contractor, stuffer, stiffer, stealer. So, what we want to remind you of very quickly is four different facts, okay?
Yeah.
The reason your business has been much more successful than anyone else in your regional area is because you're careful, you're polite, you know how to guard your back, and you've worked with some of the hardest, pickiest people, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
There'll be a couple minor mistakes, and she's going to throw fits, right?
Right.
And even though you do your best, there's always a little, even at the best workmanship, there's always somebody that can get their magnifying glass out and try to pick around.
Yeah.
So we'd like to offer 4 suggestions, okay?
Yeah.
First, encourage her to understand that while you do your best, you're going to need her to look every day.
Yeah.
Now, you know why we'd suggest that?
Yeah. Wonderful. It involves her in it gives her a sense of being able to make power, have some power over making choices.
So let's think about this again just for a moment, okay? Just as your friend. What if you were to make sure that you didn't do anything that you weren't paid for in advance? What would occur if you asked for that?
Yeah, she's paid me 50% down today, half the job on day 1. So
Yeah.
Pretty well far ahead.
Yeah. So far that's okay, right?
Yeah.
What if the ladies were what if her complaints were realistic?
Yeah.
Do you think that's possible?
It could be. It was pointed out to me that this is coming from the woman I work with at the plumbing company, that the 3 companies, can't remember if it's 2 or 3, but they were, she said, the top-notch companies in Columbus.
Yeah, but the top-notch companies that make mistakes. So, but that sounds rather but it sounds suspicious, correct?
Yes.
And then the most you get most of your customers from a plus rating that no one else has from Angie's List.
Right.
And so it's sort of a little figuring out what's more important, the money or retaining the A+. Would you think that's probably what the stress you feel is most about?
Yeah.
Because you know how to handle this person, and Well, the fact is you see, she has control mechanisms.
Yeah.
So why don't you make them contracted?
Yeah.
She's either going to be spying or working for you.
Either one.
She's either going to be your inspector on your crew or the spy to crack you. So what we're saying is, here's the suggestions, okay?
Yeah.
Explain every detail to her, show her as much paperwork, as much, try to give her like daily totals. Just say, okay, it looks like to me we're approximately spent, $500 on labor yesterday, and this is what we got done, and it looks like that we're going to have, that many more, and just sort of, you almost want to like, you can even fudge the number, you want to be factual, but present to her more information than she can handle. In an absence of information, she will invent it and make it up.
Yeah.
You want to tell her about all of these difficult clients that you've had in the past, and thank goodness that she's so different.
Yeah.
And then your men want to be very clean, very courteous, remain remote from her. If she asks questions, say, you've got to ask Scott about that. And they'll give you, give them a bunch of your business cards. If she has a question, have them hand a card. They might need a couple hundred of them.
Yeah.
But what we're saying is, why don't you keep in contact with her before she calls you? And, and she might have to finally say, man, it's like you call me so much that I've had difficulty getting anything done. But she doesn't have a whole lot to take care of herself. So, what we're saying is, don't be over polite. Keep in touch with this person, and then her symptoms of paranoia will begin to ease. And we think at the end, you handle this slowly, handle it correctly, we think you'll get more we think you'll get more clients from her than anyone else, because she talks to everybody. She knows almost everyone in the whole, what is there, 10, 12 million people live in that metropolitan area? Well, she knows 6 million of them.
Yeah.
And so this is the person you want to overwhelm with niceness, and your men with slow precision, and you call her before she calls you, and you won't have any difficulties at all.
Yeah.
If she does call, you tell her that you will listen and so you just want to, if she calls and is upset, what you want to do is listen. The only thing you'd want to say is you're going to take notes. You will discuss this with her the next time you meet. Write down her. So in other words, if she's troubled and she says, there's a crack in here, and then there's a thing in here, and there's a thing in there, then what you want to do is say, madam, I'm making a list, and write down everything on the list. And when the two of you get together, then again, you be very, 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 like you're relieved to be. You say, oh, I'm so glad that you're really staying on top of what the job, and go in great slow detail over everything, because if you don't, the same problem will come up again and again and again. That crack, because she's, she has an inventory list in her own head, and so every time she brings an objection, look at it as a chance to not point out construction details, but to sympathize with this person. And you're saying just listen, and the problem will go away. The problem would probably disappear. She talks, but hardly anyone listens. And if you just be her friend.
Yeah. She's quiet, She's kind of a quiet, passive, German-born.
She is so connected, you can't believe it. And she will bring you more customers, but she is fearful. And so just be very slow, do your job, and don't get troubled if she starts creating difficulties. talk to her. Invent excuses to go to surprise drop in and have her lead the inspections. Do you agree?
I agree.
Hold on 1 second, okay? I'll get right back.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
Can I call you in 10 or 15 minutes or later?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm working with a client, or otherwise I would chat with you.
Yes, take your time and whenever you have minutes.
Yeah. Thank you. And I almost called you before this client called. It's a business client with an emergency. And so I'm doing that, and then I'll get back. And, I would, thank you. And,
Okay. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, are you there?
Yeah.
You see, you want to warn your workers that she should only ask you questions about the money, the products. Keep this woman happy.
I agree.
And we think she'll bring you more referrals than anyone you've ever dealt with, because she complains about everything to everybody, and if suddenly she's praising somebody, people will actually raise up their head and listen and go, man, this guy must be a perfectionist. He must be really honest. He must be a great business guy. He must be a brilliant, kind human being to put up with all of her garbage. That's the person I want to work on my home. So this is a chance for you to prove by even being stronger than you've been with every strength you have. Give her double doses. Do you understand? Yeah, except for the anxieties, and give her none. Don't ever express worry or anxiety around here, or she'll hammer you. Just act like she's the nicest customer you've ever had. Thank you. I'm so happy you're such a nitpicking, paranoid person. Or something close to that.
I'm going to call Dale and tell him thank you very much.
Well, you didn't have to dial your phone because we,
I said, I'm going to send him $50 and say, emergency,
is the difficulty, particularly when it's essential that things work out, is the difficulty is sometimes there are some types of people that are very deceptive.
Yeah.
She's a deceptive older woman, isn't she?
She's very picky, and she showed me some of the things that I know what happened. I really don't think I'm going to have any problems with her.
Well, we wanted to call you back to tell you she's deceptive. Because after you leave, she'll sit and pick you apart and try to figure out how she can save a dime from you. And